Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Victoria and welcome to Pembroke Beauty. So first off, I just want to say Happy New Year, you guys. We have made it to 2021. Hallelujah. I realize that this is technically not my first post of 2021. However, this is my first time filming in 2021. So I wanted to say Happy New Year. With that being said, we are going to jump in. I am going to be doing the third installment of my Avatar Nation series. I'm going to link the playlist up here. You can see Fire and Air, and today we are doing Earth, and I'm very excited. So let's get into it. So I'm first going to start with my face. I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer, and I'm going to conceal my under eyes because they're a little rough. And I'm going to conceal any blemishes I may have. So, and now I want to go in with the Pretty Vulgar Matte About It powder and just set down my whole face with this powder. Just give myself a light coverage. If you guys have not watched Avatar, we've already discussed this. You probably wouldn't have clicked on this video, most likely, if you haven't watched it. And if you haven't, go ahead and watch it. It's great. That being said, I have taken several inspirational points of view from the Earth Kingdom to inspire this look today. I still don't have like a super clear view of what I'm going to do, but I have much more of a view than I normally do going into pretty much any video that I film. That being said, if you guys remember back when they go to the Earth Kingdom and Toph and Katara dress up to go to that fancy party, I will put the picture on the screen. They have a very blushy look. So I'm taking inspiration from that, and I'm not going to use any bronzer. I'm just going to use blush as my bronzer, which is like fairly 80s, but it's actually like pretty trendy right now, in addition to it being in style for the Earth Kingdom. So with that being said, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to use the Starfire blush palette. You guys know I love Starfire and I love this blush palette. So I actually want to go in with more like warmish tones. And like I said, I really want to blush up the cheeks. And this palette is super pigmented, so it's perfect. So I'm going to go with my blush brush and I'm going to go into a little bit of this shade right here. And I also want to like dabble into a little bit of that shade. And then we may pop on some of that really bright shade as well. So I'm essentially just going to do exactly what I would do with my bronzer, but with blush. So now I'm going into that bright shade. Okay, and now I actually want to dull it down a little bit, so I'm going to go in to this like deep pinky plum shade. So I realized that looks crazy. We're gonna tone it down, don't worry. I want to get like up in that hairline though. Now that we've done that, I'm going to like carve this out with my powder. And then if you want to go over it with a little bit of your matte like translucent powder to kind of tone it down, can totally do that too. Love it. All right, so now I actually want to do my brows. And so like I said, I'm taking inspiration from several different places. Let's begin with Toph. So Toph is like the main earthbender in Avatar, the series. And as you can see, she's super natural, very earthy, if you will. Very natural, doesn't wear any makeup. She's very like tomboyish. So that being said, I am taking that inspiration as far as the hair and the like lack of foundation. And then I want to take inspiration as well from the Kyoshi warriors, and I will put their picture up on screen. You can see that they are part of the Earth Kingdom as well, and they have their like warrior paint on. And so I want to kind of recreate that, but with a different color scheme and not like whiting out my whole face. So I'm going to do that. And with that being said, both from inspiration from Toph, how the Earth Kingdom is, and how the Kyoshi warriors are, I want to have strong brows. So I'm going to add some color to my brows as opposed to just gel. I'm gonna do a little bit of both. So I actually want to use the palette that I'm gonna use today, the Zodiac BH Cosmetics palette. You guys know I've used this palette before and I really like it. It looks a little janky, so don't pick on me. But this is the palette that we're gonna use, and I'm going to use some of this shade right here, this dark brown, on a little eyebrow brush. This one is from Morphe, but you can use whichever one you want. And like I said, I'm just gonna go into this dark brown and use this to fill in our brows. And I'm going to try and angle it upwards. I'm not gonna do like too crazy because I have a lot of hairs that are gonna look silly if I do that, but I'm going to try. Now I want to go in with the e.l.f. Wow Brow, and I'm going to brush these brows up, and this will help blend that into the brows as well. And then we can add if we want to. I'm going to take a little bit of my setting powder on this little brush, and I'm going to like help carve these out a little bit. Alright, so with the brows done, I'm going to start on my eyes, and I'm going to go in. I want to do a brown shape like that, and I'm going to do a winged liner as well. So I'm going to start with, it's not going to be as graphic as theirs, but I do want to follow the same shape. So I'm going to go in with this big fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into this light brown tan shade. And I'm just going to use that on this brush and kind of shape out that shape on our eyes. And I am going to bring this pretty high up since theirs is so high up as well. We're just gonna fluff it out. All right, then I'm gonna go in with a slightly smaller brush. I'm gonna go in with this Aloe brush, and this is nice and fluffy. And I'm going to use this with this warm toned kind of like terracotta shade. And I'm going to essentially repeat the same exact steps, only with this shade slightly lower in the crease. The Earth Kingdom represents people who are hardworking, trustworthy, adaptable. They hope for the best. They're prepared for the worst. They are easygoing, steadfast, self-controlled, dignified, supportive, and diplomatic. And I do want to take this all the way out to the hairline. At their worst, they can be indifferent, pessimistic, stubborn, downcast, doubtful, and aimless. So if you watch this show, one of the most difficult Team Avatar people is definitely Toph. She is very fixed like the earth. I'm gonna go back in with the same brush, and I'm gonna go into the second deepest brown shade and just put that a little bit lower, repeating the same steps. And I'm only gonna wing that shade out a little bit, and then I'll use a slightly smaller brush to really pull it out. Now I wanna take this big brush and use that to blend all of those shades together. This big paddle brush, I'm gonna go into the deepest brown shade, the one that we used originally for our brows, and I'm going to place that onto our lid. So obviously the Earth Kingdom, the Earthbenders have the power to manipulate Earth and move rocks and boulders, and if you watch the Avatar show, you'll see that they then can learn to manipulate metal. So they can cause like earthquakes and break boulders and throw rocks and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. I don't know which one, like which set of powers I would wish that I had. I'm not sure. But they are pretty cool, and Toph is like one of the best fighters. And she's blind because the Earth Kingdom comes from the, they like gained their skills or like learned their skills from moles. And so she ended up like finding them when she was a kid. You learn this later on in the show. And she learns like all of her, how to use her powers and bending from the moles who invented it because they're in the dark. So It's kind of like how she is. So I'm going in back with this Aloe brush just to blend the edges of that out. All right, so as you saw, I just did my eyeliner, and to do the inner corner, I just wanted to intensify it a little bit, so I used the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil, and I just did like the inner corner of my lower lash line and helped fill in that little line there to add a little bit more depth. But I love how this turned out. I think it's really cool, and it's exactly how I wanted it to look. So what I do want to do to kind of help blend the blush with the eye makeup, I want to go in with the Starfire palette again, and I want to go in with the big fluffy brush that we were using. I already like wiped this off a little bit, but I want to go in with like a little bit of this shade, a little bit of this shade, a little bit of that shade, just kind of mix it all together and help to blend this in right at the top of the cheekbone. You can see I'm just gently rubbing that together, like blending it in big circular motions. Because that's why I wanted to do the blush like this, because I had the idea that it would blend together really well, and I think it does. I just need to add a little bit more up here. So now I want to quickly do my my highlight, and I want to go in with this because, like I said, the Earth Kingdom ends up learning how to metal bend, and even still I associate gold with the Earth Kingdom, and so do they in their outfits and stuff. So I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place Cleo highlight, and I want to use this on my cheeks, and I do want to make this a little bit more concentrated than I normally do. So I'm going to go in with this brush. This is my little e.l.f. brush, and I want to take a little bit of this and really concentrate it right at the very top of the cheekbone right here. And then we'll blend it out. I just want to get the majority of it down. I think that's so beautiful. So now I'm just going to blend that right into the blush that we have. And then I'll add a little bit to my nose. A little bit to my... And I might take a little hint of it and add it right to my brow bone. So I'm going in with my little e.l.f. brush and right up at the very top. I really like it. So now I want to add my little half lashes on, and I will be right back. All right, I am literally in love with this look. I think it's so cool. Okay, so now we're finishing the look off. I set my face with the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, by the way. And yeah, I'm going to finish off the look with lips. So as I showed you, the Kyoshi Warriors have red lipstick on, and I kind of want to do that. So I want to do a deep red, and I may put some brown over it to kind of like dull it down a little bit. We'll see. So I'm going to go in with the Essence Long Lasting Lip Liner in Ready for Red, and I'm going to line my lips. Okay, and now that I have that on, I want to go in with the Starfire lipstick in Aquila. It's this really beautiful dark red, and I want to put that on. These lipsticks are so good by them. Seriously, one of the best lipsticks ever. This color. All right, so before I go any further, I just want to tell you I did obviously change my lip. I did leave on everything that I had, but I did put a little bit of Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in 0.0, which is like a cool tone brown, and it really changed the lip into something I'm obsessed with. Like, are you kidding? This is like a super hardcore 90s lip now, but I feel like it fits because it is bold. It still has a red undertone, but it's a little purpley because this took it to like a cool place. And I feel like it's very earthy and warm, which is exactly what I wanted. I was feeling a little bit too Christmas with the green and the red, and that's not how I wanted it to read, which is why I changed it to this. So yeah, with that change, I'm really feeling it. I super like this look. So like I said, I did my hair kind of based off of Toph. In the show, it's hard to say like really what her hair looks like, but it does look like a bun of some kind. And in a lot of like when they go to the party, it looks like they have buns and such. And that seems to be kind of the trend for the Earth Kingdom. So I wanted to do a bun, and yeah, so it's a little rough looking, but it's a bun nonetheless. And I have my green shirt on and my jade, which I feel like is super perfect. If I had matching earrings, I would wear them, but these are pretty metal and earthy, so I felt like they went as well. But yeah, so this is the finished look for the for the Earth Kingdom Avatar look. I want you guys to let me know what you think down below. Do you think that this is representative of the Earth Kingdom? I feel like it's very warm, it's earthy, the earthy tones, even though it's not like green. I'm wearing green. They don't typically wear green. These are earthy, warm tones. It has a lot of the same shapes. And what I feel like is for earth signs, they're very consistent, very stable, very like set in their ways and firm in their beliefs. And I feel like everything about this look is bold and firm. Like, it's classic and yet it's bold. It stands its ground. It's earth tones. So yeah, I really think this is like a nice representative modern way to do an earth look. And that's what I want for this series. I wanted it to be like still fun and innovative, but I did want it to be like literal wearable looks that I could see people at these elemental nations wearing. And I feel like I could totally see a Earth Kingdom girl wearing this look, and that's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, you should subscribe and follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, and you should watch that playlist that I told you about if you haven't seen my fire and air sign looks already. Up next will be water, and I'm gonna take a little bit of time because I just put up a blue look, but I'm pretty pumped about the water look. So yeah, let me know down below what you have in mind for me, what you would like me to do next. I will love a good suggestion. As a little precursor, spoiler, I don't know the word, but you know what I'm saying, like a little heads up right below what the word is. I'm gonna be doing a clothing haul soon and I'm so excited. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and put that notification bell on so you get notified every single time that I upload. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Happy 2021, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!